Have you tried to make an offer on a property recently only to be outbid numerous times or to fail to get the property under contract? We're going to share some few tips right now to help you get your offer accepted. Stay tuned. Hey there, Neil Oates Jr. here, broker owner of world-renowned real estate and luxury home specialist. This video, we're going to share some tips with you as a buyer, how your offer can be more appealing to luxury home listing specialists and sellers. And very seldom is it what we always think, the offer amount. There are many terms, many things that you can do to position your offer in a better light than, let's say, the competition. So the first thing, the most important thing that we're going to advise you to do if you're looking to buy a luxury home is to be respectful to the listing specialist, or to have your buyer agent respectful to the listing specialist, because many times the rapport and the relationship that you either build or fail to build goes a very long way. While I know it might not always be fun or exciting to follow the instructions in the MLS or the guidelines for, let's say, showings or requests for information, the best thing to do is to follow the guidelines that have been laid forth in those instructions. The second tip is to have your agent call the listing agent to feel out where their seller's motivation is. What are some of the terms that they would like to see in any offer that you as the buyer are going to send over? Once again, this goes to the rapport and relationship building between your agent and the luxury listing specialist and the seller, to make sure that all of the people in the transaction are working together. Now, a third tip, we're going to advise that you have your lender, if you're obtaining financing, give the listing specialist a call. Instead of just simply providing a pre-approval letter or some type of funds letter showing that you are qualified to purchase, have the lender or the lending specialist give the listing agent a call and on your behalf, so that they can say, here's where my client stands. Here's the relationship or the history that I have with them. And here's why you should feel comfortable knowing that you have my direct info and that me as a professional lender can vouch for them as well. This next tip is one that we aren't seeing a lot in our South Florida marketplace, but that is having an escalation clause in your offer, where you might say something to the effect of, we are willing to increase our offer 10,000, 15, 20,000 more than the highest offer up to X amount. Now, you may be saying, Neil, why would I want to do that? We're going to make the assumption that the seller or that the listing agent that you're dealing with is going to be moral, of course, and that you would have a cap on the escalation clause. And what this does, it prevents the need for the back and forth of highest and best. And it could save you some time in the negotiation process, and ultimately your one communication with the listing side of the transaction could be, well, your highest escalation clause has been met and you are outbid. How would you like to proceed? So saves a little bit of time. If you're unfamiliar with escalation clauses, be sure to speak to your buyer's agent or your buying specialist, and they should be able to advise you on if this is a strategy that might work for you. The next tip is one that I absolutely love as a listing specialist, and that is to reduce the number of contingencies in your offer. These contingencies could be a shorter or narrower inspection period, smaller financing window, removing any repair requests or upgrades or anything of the such, or being open to the seller taking some items that are exemptions and not requesting them. So make sure that when you're presenting your strongest offer, let's rein in those contingencies. fewer inspection days, a higher or more of an escrow deposit, and then maybe a shorter financing approval period if it works for your lender and your title company and they can get it done in a reasonable time. Last but not least, make sure that you let the listing specialist and the seller know that you're open to collaborate, that there are very few hard and fast non-negotiables in your offer. Let's say that the time frame for closing the transaction is one where the seller may need an extended period of time. Have your agent communicate with the seller or the listing specialist up front and say, hey, we are willing to collaborate. We're willing to work with you so that the seller's terms are met and that the time frames work in their favor. And if you follow these tips, chances are that you'll be in a much better position to have your offer accepted instead of getting lost in the weeds with the numerous offers, even in the luxury real estate market. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to this channel, hit that bell icon so you're notified when relevant, accurate information comes out so you can get the best information first. Be sure to reserve or to request your complimentary luxury real estate playbook by clicking the link either in the description or at the top of our channel. Share this video with friends, family, colleagues, someone that you think might benefit from knowing all about luxury homes Broward. Until the next video, don't be average, be world renowned. Take care.